you know, obviously you and your trainer are known for working in tandem and being a great team. Can you talk about what key adjustments? I mean, were there any major key adjustments that were made between round one and on? Because, you know, after that first round, you basically dominated positioning.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Matt came back and goes, okay, stop sticking your head where you need to, hand fight immediately, and pass guard. And then right in the beginning of the fight, when he went for the Khmer, you know, I was throwing submissions out left and right. But that was the biggest adjustment, is that, okay, when you shoot, hand fight, pass guard, and start isolating the arm.
And I know that you ultimately just leave it up to the UFC to say who comes next, but you know, here you are, you're inching up on the record of Anderson Silva. You've basically cleaned out the division. You did see Joseph Benavidez pick up a big win tonight. I mean, is there a name? Is it Joseph? Does that interest you? Is there any other name? I mean, what does make sense? Because I mean, they just had a reality show to find another competitor for you. Is there anything that makes sense to you?
Yeah, you know, that Joseph and Henry Cedo fight, you know, it was a close fight, man. I mean, I gave it almost a draw. I think that nut shot gave Joseph that split decision. But it's up to, you know, the UFC. Sean Shelby did an amazing job grabbing, you know, all the champions from other organizations to bring in the UFC. So Tim Elliott, he brought the fight, and I'm sure Sean Shelby has some up his sleeve, and my job is to go back to the gym and, you know, coming off an LCL, Tier 2, Grade 2 injury, get back in the gym. I'm going to let my knees heal, and we'll see what's next.
Congratulations, Demetrius. It seems like, you know, tonight is early, but a lot of people are like looking at this as like it was a tough fight for you, and yet, you know, like John mentioned, the scorecards weren't that tough. Do you agree with that? I mean, before this narrative gets going and people talk about this fight more, like, what did you think? Was this one of, if not your toughest title defense?
You know, when you look at it, the first round, yeah, it was tough. But after that, I made my adjustments, was able to take him down and out-grapple him. You know, sometimes, you know, being the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, you can't just go out there and blow people out the water on their feet or in the clinch. You got to display all sides of mixed martial arts. And that's what I did tonight. You know, he was a bigger guy, able to take him down. I had him in almost a choke, arm bar, straight arm lock. So, yeah, I mean, I felt the fight wasn't close. I felt the first round, like, he did a good job. But after that, it was, you know, you take away that guillotine or whatever, then all you have is just that stuff. And other than that, it was, you know, just bumps and bruises on my forehead.
And when you're talking to Herb and telling him, like, I'm fine, did you know that there was no adjustment that he could make, that you were safe? It just probably looked bad? I mean,
yeah, I was safe.
Early on.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at Herb and I was really like, I was looking at Herb in his face. I was like, I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I've been here before. I've been in tough situations when I fought Dotson the first time. He dropped me twice in the first round. I was like, okay, let's let him fine. Okay, well, what else are you going to do? You know, I mean, it was a great first round for Tim Elliott. Then once I made my adjustments, it was downhill for him.
And then, you know, your next fight will be with a lot of historical implications on the line. You're not a guy who, well, you would tie Anderson Silva? His streak?
Go on.
Okay. It looks like you were confused, like you didn't know.
Yeah, I was a little confused, but go on.
I mean, you're not a guy who asked for anything specific, but do you have any ideas of where or when that historical fight should happen?
Oh, when I tie it?
Yeah.
Vegas. Always Vegas. I love Vegas.
Why is that?
Same time zone. Stuff's open. I mean, I'm about to get some food, and it's 11:30 at night. I have no desire to fight in East Coast. I don't feel like fighting at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I've always loved fighting in Vegas, and I'll choose Vegas on any place around the world.